Bitcoin has now entered my buy zone, but one crucial level could change everything. So let's jump in. Hi everyone, I'm Paul with ArcisFX. Stick around until the end for this week's summary of key levels to watch to inform your trading. But first, Bitcoin's now in my ideal retracement zone. So what levels should we be watching closely? Well, firstly, the context, of course, is that this ideal retracement zone for Bitcoin is made up of the 3-day 200 MA, which is this crucial level I've been referring to, and the 4-hour 200 MA, as well as 89K, all nice and tight together in this zone, offering support for the price action following a break above these levels at the beginning of the year. Even though I am buying and accumulating in this zone right now, if the price action moves below the 3-day 200 MA, that is when I'll start reconsidering my position. So just to underscore the importance of this moving average, if we scroll back, essentially a break above this moving average is what kicked off the bull run, and a move below it is essentially what led to much lower prices during Bitcoin's bear year in 2022. So you'll see here, once we did finally break above this moving average, that's when the narrative started to shift and we had all of this upside. So that's the context. Now, Bitcoin has already lost the 50 MA, which was also supporting the price action since the beginning of the bull run. Again, you see October 2023, you'll see it's been supportive, and we've since lost that key level, which is a key bearish indicator for more downside from Bitcoin and potentially entering a bear market in 2026 based off of this. And what I mean by that is, if I'm a trader and I've bought Bitcoin down here, I'll be looking for a signal like a loss of the 50 MA as a sell signal to reduce my exposure. And here we are again at another key level, the 3-day 200 MA, which is actually stuck in the middle of this nice ascending triangle which is forming for the price action. And of course, an ascending triangle is a bullish chart pattern. If I see a confirmed move lower below the 3-day 200 MA, I will start to exit my positions because the chances of further upside from Bitcoin start to reduce. Even though Bitcoin right now is in an ideal place to buy, following the 3-day 200 MA acting as resistance to the price action, now it should hopefully be acting as support. If the bulls cannot hold this level, I'll be looking to exit my positions, either to reposition at a lower level at around 80K or to get out entirely, because the downside risk, as we've already established, once Bitcoin loses that level, is too great. And considering that 2026 is the scheduled bear year for Bitcoin, I'm not going to take any risks, seeing as we've already lost the 50 MA. And if we firmly lose the 3-day 200 MA, that will be a very significant bearish confirmation. Therefore, as I said at the start of the video, this is a crucial level for Bitcoin to hold. And this is how we need to approach trading. I'm entering a position here based on a bullish narrative. You can see the breakout above the 3-day 200 MA and coming back in on the flip side is a sensible and good move. But if we lose that, we have to, of course, reconsider. But before we zoom back in again and look at key levels to watch this week, this is Bitcoin daily chart, and I just wanted to talk about this death cross plus golden cross chart. Now, this is a little bit complex and we have a key here, but seeing as we've been looking at moving averages today as a key and crucial support for the price action, we can also look at them and how they interact with each other as also bullish or bearish signals. So just to make this really clear, okay, every time the 1-day 50 moving average and the 4-hour 200 moving average break below the daily 200 MA, that's something called a death cross. And if we just zoom in, you'll see that when these two, the orange and red moving averages, move below the yellow, which is the 1-day 200 MA, that is a death cross. But after a month after that, they cross back above the 1-day 200 MA, as you can see here, creating a golden cross. So we have a death cross followed by a golden cross. And essentially, just to highlight it, it's this and then up like that. Okay, and then this happened again in September 2024. You can see a rally following the previous death cross plus golden cross, and then we have again another rally following the death plus golden cross. This happens one more time in March 2025. We have the moving averages move back below the death cross, and then again within about a month they move back above, leading to a new rally, and Bitcoin puts in all-time highs. Now, we've had the clearly defined death cross, and that happened back in November 2025. And unfortunately, there is a lot of distance now between these two moving averages, the 4-hour 200 MA and the 1-day 50 MA, and they are now also very flush with this, the 3-day 200 MA, which we were just talking about, which is the purple line, which was yellow on the other chart. And because we haven't really tapped the 3-day 200 MA since the beginning of the bull run, see, look, all this air hasn't even touched it. This is why the 3-day 200 MA is very, very important to decide Bitcoin's direction right now. And the issue is, of course, with this amount of distance following this death cross, in order for Bitcoin to have a golden cross again now, the price action really does need to break above 94.5K, get these moving averages pointing in the right direction. So that's going to be the red and the orange lines twisting round back above, heading towards this yellow one again. And then if we do see that cross, which could could occur as early as February, we then might have another rally. So that is potentially the bullish narrative. So it really does highlight not just the importance, of course, of Bitcoin coming up from here to allow for this golden cross, which potentially could then lead to an additional mark-up phase, but because we're so close now and we're tapping the 3-day 200 MA, this purple line, for the first time since the start of the bull run, it is extremely important that Bitcoin holds. So for any further upside from here, the price action does need to break above 94.5k. It does need to hold the 3-day 200 MA, and we do need to get that golden cross on the back of that move, making this current juncture for Bitcoin as a very important moment. So you all need to be paying attention to the 3-day 200 MA, this purple line on this chart, and we just need the price action to stay above it. And that will avoid then a very bearish signal if Bitcoin loses that moving average, because we want to avoid downside like this, which we had in 2022. But this is why the only way for Bitcoin right now is up.
Hi there, I'm James. I'm the founder of ArcisFX. I'd like to personally invite you to join our 24/7 trading group. This is built for traders who want an edge. Inside, you'll get access to live calls on Forex, commodities, crypto, energies, and metals, along with exclusive daily analysis designed to unlock your trading potential. And this in both traditional and now in digital markets. I'm talking Bitcoin, crypto, altcoins, and tethered currencies. You'll gain early access to insider news, real-time updates, real-time support, and premium educational content. If you want to sharpen your skills and boost your success rate, then join me and Paul in this community. This is a fast-growing community of traders who are now writing their own success stories. So don't wait. Join up now. Your edge starts right here.
But let's check in with the key levels to watch this week. This is Bitcoin 1-hour chart, and it's a pretty similar picture to what it was last week, except this time Bitcoin has managed to find its feet above 89k, and as a result we now have local support at around 89 to 90k, with major support below at around 84.5. Invalidation for any bullish continuation for Bitcoin remains a move below around 81,500, made up of this swing low here, with local resistance remaining at around 94.5k, with the next major resistance level overhead at 101k. But that's it for now. I'm Paul with ArcisFX. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and drop us a comment, and I'll be back tomorrow with a members only live stream with my good friend James. So if you're not a member, please consider joining, and then I'll be back on Thursday for a more crypto focused live stream where you can ask me questions, get me to check out coins and tokens you're thinking of trading, and of course we can see how Bitcoin's doing at the back end of the week. And then of course we've got altcoin gems on Friday, so you've got something to trade. Also, if you're not already in our private group, you can check out the link in the description, as we'd love to have you. And as always, say no to FOMO.